Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Space Engineers. Fly by Touch here. Tortwing, you're taking some abuse, you know. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not sorry, guys. But don't tell him that. Alright, today, we're gonna weld. Just like last time, we're welding. No, that's not the plan. Don't kill me. Whew, safe. That is not the plan. Okay, so we have our girder. Hi, dog. Or you could not destroy the place. There's that option. Yeah, thanks. We have our girders. I fleshed it out a little bit more. And yeah, what else did I do? I think I just kind of added these little bevel parts to the outer edge. Added all this back part, all this back part, and it's basically just now a freestanding structure, and hopefully we could just put our floor on top of it. And I went ahead and added in our projector again because I had removed it, and I think if we turn it on, it's over here. Okay. Whew, no frames. Just ignore my dog while he decides what's the most comfortable way of making a racket. There we go. Alright, so if we look here, we can kind of see how it's going to connect up with each other. So if there's two of them, basically, this is what it would look like. So that's how they're going to join up. And I'm going to try to do something a little bit more here at the center as well to distinguish that a bit. So yes, that's the plan. I want to go ahead and actually just rotate it the other way. Actually, where do I want it? There? Yeah. So what would it look like here? Okay. So this is going to meet up. It's not ideal. It's not bad. And the idea was to have just a little bit jetting out, but we might take this a bit further back. We might try to add something else back here. And then have that connect either to it or at least help support the floor, theoretically, not really. Anyway, today I want to give Tortwing some love. Yes, Tortwing. We're going to give you some love. Not that way, though. Let's go ahead and turn off that... Project it. Don't project it. Okay. You done? You seem to be welding very strangely. Anyway, let's leave you for now. Oh, disorientated. Okay, so over here. Woo! Wee-ha! Okay, over here. I guess we could try to lay something out. If we want to move it, we can. So we're not, like, locked in here. I'm kind of second-guessing my idea over here with this thing. I feel this kind of replaces what I was going to do with this. So if I can get something else like that... Maybe behind, maybe coming from here, but slightly different. That would be better suited. So we might not have this whole, like, subfloor, hollow space, upper floor. We might just have this, and then some floor on top of it. And then there might still be a hollow. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we need when we need it. Okay, but anyway, this space I would like to use for some bays. First off, we're going to start with Tortwing Bay. And we're going to try to create a little, like a repair thing. Actually, what we should get is some tubes. Tubes? Tubes. I know where tubes are. Why aren't I looking where the tubes are? Jeez. Okay. We might need conveyor block. Okay. This is going to be temporary for the time being. So we're just going to pipe it out of one of these cargo containers. And we will rework it later. But I don't know how I want to do it yet. So for now, we'll just... fudge it. But what we do need, regardless, is we need another place to dock. Because our loading bay is probably going to go away soon once we rework the gravity thing. So there's that. Alright. Yeah, I know I just got that block and I just cleared it. So what I want to see... Pistons. Pistons. Okay, if we had a piston, this would grant us 4 blocks of travel. Okay. How thick you be, boy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Man, you have taken some abuse. That's okay. We're gonna fix you up. Gotta fix you up. Okay, he's 7 tall. So he will not fit in between, like, one wide block. So that's okay. Let's bring him over here for a second. Let's see how we're going to do this. And I have some thoughts on how we're going to do this. So what I want is our little oven here to cook him, to repair him. Right now he's missing some thrusters and he's pretty beat up. We can see those two want to be built. So he's got his actual projector on right now. So yeah, I'd like to get him kind of repaired. Alright. But also, sorry, I cut myself off. I also want to do this, but a little bit better. So our whole little grinding, welding apparatus, I want to get rid of that. But before I do, let's get a different one in place. So I'd like one where I don't have to get out of the cockpit, like I can do with that. But maybe one that's a little bit more automated. Alright, so Tortwing, let's move you to the side, maybe. So we're just going to use him as a measuring tool. So we also probably don't need conveyors anymore. We're going to want some welders and some grinders. So we've got a few different ways we could do this. Well, I'm sure there's many ways we could do this. A few ways I've thought about doing this is either with this large ship stuff, as we're trying to lay out now, or we could do a little small ship conversion and do it with small ship stuff instead. I don't know, though. I'm going to try to keep most things solid if we can, like even just having this piston moving. That's going to be, if we could have that be the only moving part, that would probably be ideal until things get more stable with them. Although they should be, I mean, they're relatively stable in single player. So what we could do is something like that. So when he is pulled in, Tortwing. Oh, well, let's actually get connector on there because we'd want one of those. Right? Right. Nope. Okay. No, I don't want you to go away. Come back. Do we need, maybe. Probably not. Do it that way anyway. Okay. So let's line him up. Whoop. Pretend like he's attached to this connector. Now we could always space him forward if we need to. So he doesn't need to be in this position. So if we want to have like the piston slightly forward by default, we can do that. But this would be as far back as he would be, and then he could be anywhere up to 4 blocks forward. But let's assume he's right there. Okay, let's start there. That should tickle his belly, I think, maybe. We could also have these on pistons, which means we could get them closer. Or if we were using a small ship conversion, we could get them closer as well. How are we doing for space up above? Yeah, like we wouldn't be able to. Again, we'd have to space these things so far. I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah, they'd have to be one higher than that still. Now, I don't know the exact range on these large ship ones. But if we did something like that, he would probably get baked. That looks like he's within at least the top layer. Everything's within a block. I don't know if it reaches past a block. We could do a test. Let's do a test. Okay. We have welders. Let's see how far they'll weld. Okay. Now let's just physically do that. And we'll see what they hit. Okay. I put a sensor on these guys so they can't kill me, or they shouldn't. And they should detect small ships. And they should just turn on for those. Alright, welders. I saw you. How far do you reach off a fixed location for a large ship? So it's pretty much just one block. Diagonal. But not forward. And not that far down. Okay. So yeah, if I move up here, it should turn off. Yay! And when I go out of range, it turns on the sensor that can detect ships. So if I'm not being detected, it'll go back to looking for a small ship, and then it'll allow it to be turned on again. So that should make my sensor the master, or the override. So even if it's detecting a small ship, it will turn off if it detects me. So I don't think this will work. So maybe we should do moving parts. So someone suggested doing like a ring of welders on pistons with sensors and all that to detect the distance. So we could do something like that, maybe simplify it a little bit and make it mostly specific to Tortwing and maybe other ships that are similarly built. So we won't really have a whole ring of them, but we'll have a lower... Sorry, I thought something was drifting. I had to stop moving and stop talking, apparently, to make sure that nothing was drifting away. Look at all the stuff you broke. You're terrible. But yeah, maybe we could just have the upper floor and lower floor be a sandwich. So we could do that with pistons. We could do that with rotors. Okay. Let's lay some stuff out, I guess. Alright, so we don't need our connector anymore. We do need the piston back. Something about recording and not being able to see anything. So, let's see, where's the opening? That's the bottom, so this is the top. If we want the welders to get to be right there, welder there, which means the piston would have to be at least there, but forward one. Duplicated a steel plate, yay! Well, that's going to take up a lot of space. That's not ideal. We could probably save a little bit of space, actually. Let's see here. Instead of having that thing right on, let's put it back where it was. We could do like that, and then let's do this so we can get rid of that. If we did a curvy bit, maybe. Curvy bit. Man, all the technical words. Like that. Then we could go into like the side of a welder. Like so. And have the whole row move up like that. That gains us a little bit of room. And we could still do this with a sensor. So we could put a sensor on the back of this. So that it only goes up close enough that... it will only get close enough that it will weld the ship. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do, though, was remove his hands, or be able to remove his hands. So we got to figure out what's the best way of doing that. We might be able to get away with it being stationary, if we could figure out exactly, I mean, if we could figure the range again of this grinder block, but maybe in reference to small blocks. So we want this to just get close enough to grind off his hands. And if we could even have that be stationary, like, let's see here. If we could come around the side, maybe there, and have it just far enough forward. Let's get rid of the sensor, bring the grinder back. Do something like that. That might just be close enough that would only take off his hands. So we could have that on either side. Otherwise, we could probably rotate something into place to grind. A couple of grinders on some advanced rotors. Something like that. Yeah. I think that'll work. Okay, well, we'll leave that idea like that for right this second. Let's head down to our makeshift. And let's do a couple other things with Tortwing here before we say goodbye. And we'll leave that, his little repair bay idea, up for suggestions and stuff from you guys. See what you guys' thoughts are on that. What you'd like to see done. And, okay. So, I want to pull your head off, Tortwing. Is that okay? It's going to hurt. A lot. Maybe. Before we do that, let's do something here. Oh, hello. Thank you. Which sensor is for ships? Probably not the one that's lighting up. You? Okay. Let's turn that off. Oh, mine's going to turn it right back on again. Let's turn both sensors off. Okay. Let's position Tortwing in front of the welders so that when it comes time to building stuff, we can at least supply them via this. Okay. Alright, let's take his head off. Sorry. Now, the nice thing about rebuilding him is we can use that blueprint again. And if we recall, that allows us to keep all, like, the toolbars and stuff in this cockpit. So once we have to put his head back on, which hopefully won't be too long, yeah, we don't have to worry about resetting up those groups or anything like that. They'll be intact. Okay, and then we can update the blueprint once we're done. So we're going to get rid of... He's got a bunch of excess... Wow, he's grinding really slow. He's got a bunch of excess gyros that we could take out and replace with other things if we need to. Aha! Let's turn off your blueprint, because it's in my face. I don't want it in my face. Go away. Okay. Okay. There we go. Alright, so things I want to add. Let's see here. Let's go over them. He does not have a remote control block. I kind of want to give him one of those. Sometimes it would be nice to just remote into him to move him a little bit. I don't necessarily need to see, so I don't know if we need to put a camera on him. We might as well give him a couple programmable blocks. I don't know why I tried to like put 2 of them in my bar. Stupid. If you fool. I don't know if he has timer blocks. I think he does. If he doesn't, we'll definitely give him some timer blocks. And then, what else? He has a projector. We could give him a second projector. One could always project welders, one could always project grinders, and then you just turn on one or the other. That might be an idea. It might allow us to automate things a little bit better. Okay, so I think that's good. Oh, a sound block? Sure. Oh, and some sensors. Yeah. Alright. So now we gotta find space. So we could get rid of probably this front wall of gyros, to be honest. We probably don't need them. They'll make him a bit heavier than he needs to be. And that's why he kind of drifts a lot. So he doesn't quite have the thrust requirements for his current obesity. So we'll get him to lose a bit of weight here. Wow, these are all just jam-packed, are they? Okay, this one's not quite. Here you go. Guess I'll put the rest in the station. Thanks for your help. I did get the program code working again, I think. I have noticed that once you have a container full, though, it doesn't really handle multiple inventories, or at least I haven't figured out how to make it handle multiple inventories very well. But it is definitely better than nothing. But my problem was I had the same name twice in the same container. So I had the word component twice in the same title for the same container. So the word appeared twice, and because it appeared twice, that kind of messed up the program. So I found that, I fixed it. Okay, so let me just get rid of these guys. It's going to take a little bit. And then we'll set up some of this other stuff. Alright, Tortwing, with your head removed and your brains, well, I don't know if you had any brains. Yet. Alright, so we want parts. Got rid of all the parts. Now we have no parts to use. A, you. Anything else? Should be good. Okay. Alright, so we have one projector block. We're just going to go ahead and add another one right below it, I guess. We'll orientate it roughly the same way. The offset will be different, but that's okay. Why don't we put a couple sound blocks? I don't know where. Yeah, sure. Sure. 2 sound blocks. Oh, I want to check, actually. Do you have timers? I think I was thinking I could put timers underneath here, because there is some hollow spots. So because of that, I don't actually know if I did. I did not. Okay. So we could fill in some space with some timer blocks. But we also wanted to give some programming blocks. So we want to do that. We also wanted sensor blocks. Damn, we're quickly running out of space again. I mean, we could get rid of maybe some more gyros. They're pretty much just a ballast. Kind of a space, a filler, to give him more weight in his midsection. So I think I might do that. Get rid of another 4, and that'll give us more room to put some more stuff in there. Okay. Sorry, Molar. You get to be gutted a bit more. Scoozy. Aha! Why? Oh, I'm sideways. It's like, that doesn't look the same. They're different, they be. It's because they're not the same. They're not supposed to be. Okay, so now we have a lot more room. Stop it. You don't exist. You can't twitch out of existence if you don't exist. Stop. 2 computers. We'll tuck... Oh, those look funny looking. They're so cute. Oh, anyway. Probably shouldn't put... Oh, my fat astronaut. Come on. Wish I wasn't so fat. Okay, Oh, it's awkward, because it's like you're a big bubble. It's not like you're a person. I'm a bubble, and I can't control myself. Okay, I'd like to see what I'm doing, but I can't. Bubble. Okay. How did I put the other one? Not that it really matters. That looks like it's wrong, doesn't it? Looks like it should be like that. Oops. Boop. Is that how I did the other one? Can we even tell? Yep. Okay, so 2 computers. We can run 2 programs on this eventually. And then we'll throw some timer blocks in as soon as we get some interior plates. AAA. Okay. So we've got 2 timers that are totally placed where I wanted. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bubble boy. Okay, we got our projector. We want to put our speakers back. Put those on the lights. Sure. But they can get blown off probably. Excellent. Okay, then we want 2 sensors. We'll face them like that, I guess. Why do we want 2? I don't know. Oh, we want to do 1 proximity. So we'll hook up one of those to the sound blocks for sure. The other sound block maybe we could use for a program later. Okay, so remote control was 1. Maybe we'll put that up here, facing forward. And then we'll just throw a couple more timer blocks back. Put our cockpit back on. No, don't put our cockpit back on. Let the projector put the cockpit back on. Okay, so we should be good to go, I think. All those spaces that used to have stuff is filled. So when we do turn the projector on, which we can do now, I think. Projector on. Good. And we can go ahead and turn these sensors back on. Sensor ship player. So welders are on. It plays the cockpit. Once it's done, we'll fly forward, and hopefully I can get that other stuff inside. If not, I'll have to rip them open and weld them by hand. So hopefully I don't have to do that. Faster, faster, faster. Actually, I'm just going to get in there. Okay, so one interesting thing is I don't know if this will just turn back on again when I leave the field. I don't know specifically if it'll work that way with the way I set it up, but we can find out. Come on. It's sad that I can weld faster than 6 of those. Okay, it does not. Because when I leave, it should turn that other sensor back on. And I guess it doesn't trigger automatically once it does that. Well, fine. I'll just finish it by hand then. Actually, we can get in. Okay, let's get closer. Closer. Okay. Sensors. Welders. There we go. Oh, it placed something. Alright, we're missing... What are we missing on our toolbar here? I don't remember what was there. I don't remember what was there. That's probably the grinders, so that's okay if that doesn't exist, because we don't have grinders on at the moment. Okay. Is that it? No, I don't have any gyros that aren't, like, on. Power 20? Ooh, no, no, no. Lost a lot of turning power. 50? It's equivalent to 2 gyros. Okay. Well, on the bright side, he'll be quicker, Tortwing. The downside, he'll be twitchier with his turning. But it might pay off. It might be better. While we're being welded, if you look down to your left, you can see I've been doing a bit more work down there, trying to figure out how that's all going to work. I don't like it, though, so I'm probably going to rip out what is already there. Okay, we can take a look at this stuff. It'll take a while. Let's rotate, and I will just... oh, yeah. Why don't you build these thrusters? There we go. Thank you. Alright, work on that for a second. Well, we go look below. Which way's below? This way. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how to tie this into this. I was trying to look at this glass. I like the idea of keeping the glass going, but I don't know. I don't think like this. But essentially we're going to have something... Like this part here is going to go. And this will just go straight up probably, but with the diameter of this that I've laid out. So this will be the tube where the ores will come up, I think. And then we got to move that. But yeah, I'm trying to create this kind of like funnel. And I tried using glass and the ramps to try to go with the ramps and stuff I was using up there. But I want to try something different, so I'll probably gut all that out, rip it out, and try again. I'm being very careful not to disconnect anything. So currently this bottom part is being held together by this conveyor tube and this piece of armor, well, and this stuff too for the moment. But I gotta be careful not to break everything or we are screwed. Well, not really. It just means we have to then try to put it back together. You are so slow. You are terrible. Oops. Oh, now I've done it. Now I've done it. Okay, I need a better way of turning that back on. Haha. Aw, I turned one on. That'll do it. Well, at least that was the one we needed. Alright, guys. Well, we'll have to test this guy out later. See how he does with his new brain. Are you going to be smart? What is this? I think one of the projectors is wrong. So I'll get him sorted. And let me know your thoughts on his little repair bay. How you think we should do it. And all that kind of stuff. And yeah, maybe I'll have to play around to see if this grinder in this location could work just for his hands. If the spacing will work out. So maybe we could try that in the next episode. We'll get the grinders at least on or working. And we could figure out where Tortwing needs to be for that to take place. If it can happen. And not like grind off his cockpit as well. Okay, well, that'll be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. And, okay, let's get some more welders on. Fly back full force. And smash. There we go. Oh, you're all sparkly and new. Except right there. What's supposed to be there? I would assume a thruster. 5, 4. Yep. Oh, wow. None of this works. Where's my blueprints? I don't have them yet. Right. Okay. Anyway, guys. I'll try to get his blueprints and all that stuff welded. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Oh, God. No, 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 no. Whoops. Don't grind yourself apart. Oh! That's the cue. Good night. Morning. Afternoon, day.